basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court, just like I'm the king on the microphone. So it's Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks, taking it to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley oop. I like the pick and roll, I like the give and go, 'cause it's basketball. Mr. Curtis Blow. Hey. They're playing basketball. Curtis Blow, a.k.a. the man. You remember playing that song? Got to be old school to play that song. Well, I had about 8 batteries in a JVC walking down the street in between 2 factory buildings, and let that song play. Old rappers, may they continue to produce and do what they're doing, show some of these young bucks the real deal about making music. So, but today's subject is Kyrie Irving. Would you trade Kyrie Irving for James Harden? A netted and better problem to have if you were the Brooklyn Nets, I believe. Dude is just not playing. Same old behavior, same old thing with the dude. He just keeps on producing some kind of drama no matter where he goes. He wins a championship with LeBron. That wasn't good enough. He gets seeded into a potential Eastern Conference final team like the Boston Celtics. Messes that up, then continues on to Brooklyn, where he says that's home. Well, it is home. It's home for him. But even at home, he doesn't have some peace. You know, dude had some definitely problems. But in the preseason, he was all up. He was all ready, all geared up, producing some wins. Actually, he was smiling, joking around, saging the gym, you know, before the game, doing what he wanted. He was definitely, definitely, in his own world. He was in dream world. You know, he had KD. Rumor is he recruited him to get him to Brooklyn. Everything was all nice and happy. And so he was good. But as KD decided, didn't decide, he had to sit down a couple of games. Now things are getting a little bit lonely, even though he has other teammates. But then he goes into this phase and trying to look and find some kind of excuse or make an excuse to why he shouldn't play. Well, you signed a contract and you got to play. And he's just not doing it. Now, you know, my subject matter is, if I'm the owner of Brooklyn Nets, do I decide to say, hey, Kyrie's got to go. Let's go get James Harden. We'll keep that similar 1-2 punch with Harden and Durant. And the key thing, the difference in between the two players, they both got some kind of problem. But the difference is James Harden wants to play basketball. Kyrie seems like he doesn't want to. So what do we so as a Brooklyn Nets, I think if you grab James Harden and you're able to negotiate that, the 2 contracts, then I think you got a better problem because, for one, Durant did play with him. So he's going to know pretty much how he is. And it's going to produce, to me, a better Brooklyn Nets team. Because Kyrie just, every now and then, throughout the season, he has 2 or 3 episodes and then he's done. At least with James Harden, you can continue to have him on the court regardless. He's still going to play. And you can get some wins. So, well, that's my subject matter today. And please, chime in, comment. I'll invite you to the screen if you want to. It's up to you. But we're talking about a trade, a good trade. To me, it's a good trade for Brooklyn because there's nobody in the stands. They're not getting any money, but they continue to pay out some money to Kyrie, and he's not playing. Yeah, they're going to fine him, but it's never going to be, something that's going to affect them. I don't think, it is $400,000, but that's definitely something that these guys feel is a drop in the bucket. So, got a comment here that says, hey, we can't judge. We can't judge. Just he makes millions and that won't hide psychological problems. And I agree. I'm not trying to judge the dude. I'm judging him. Well, I'm critiquing him about him not playing basketball. And the psychological problems, if they're there, then he needs to get some help. And who should know more than his family and friends that he has some kind of psychological issue? And if they continue to allow him to be out there in the arena and continue to be on his soapbox, making sense or not making sense, all depends who's looking at it. And, they should seek out, first talk to him and get some help for him, But, so I'm not judging him. I'm just talking about him not coming to play basketball. And the person that could replace him and replace him very decently or even better is James Harden. James Harden can go on that team and very much fit right in and produce a better team than Kyrie Irving on the Brooklyn Nets. I was one of a few people on the Celtics fans that actually was very, very happy to get Kyrie on the team. I thought he was going to be able to produce a team, a great team with all the people that he had, from Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, himself. That team would have been tremendous if they could have gotten things back together, but there was some problems, and there was major problems, and I think it stemmed from Kyrie and people just not want to deal with him on the Boston Celtics team. So, which led to all the chaos. And now here it is in Brooklyn, his hometown, and he is unhappy again. Now, you can pick up many excuses, they're a dime a dozen, of why, he's feeling this way. Or he can pick, he can pick a subject no matter where it is. He can walk down the street and say something's bothering him, and that's why he's not coming to work. So, comment here. I think that's why his team isn't publicly going after him, because they know he has problems. Well, if they do know it, how do they get out of it? or how do they help the problem? They can get out of it by trading him. If they want to help the problem, then they really need to shut him down right now and keep him away from the arena. Let the Brooklyn Nets be the team they are, and let Kyrie get his psychological help dealt with. You know, through professions and professionals rather, and get that taken care of. But being a business, I think they're gonna just trade him because that's gonna definitely affect the team if it hasn't already. Yes, the Nets are soft. Well, you know, they are soft. There's just no, need somebody like a Draymond Green or somebody to kind of get on and get into the mix of that team and give them a better identity. Dinwiddie was a tough dude, that was a tough dude. I think he was the grind, you seen on his face, he was ready to play basketball every single night. And it's too bad that he got hurt, but that's the toughness, that's the hardness that they need on that team to kind of where someone's going to look at him and say, hey, I better snap out of it. But so, and if you looked at some of the games that Houston's having, and they're kind of double teaming Harden, triple teaming him, everybody's focusing on him. If he's on the Brooklyn Nets, that's not possible. That's not going to happen. On Houston, yeah, he has John Wall, but they're letting John Wall get his points if he needs them. Whoever else is on their team, they're going to get their little points. They just don't want Harden to go off. If he goes to Brooklyn, it's a little bit it's a little bit different. He goes to Brooklyn, you're going to need two people trying to cover KD. And then you're going to need another two people probably focus on James Harden, which leaves, some of the role players on the Nets open, like, Harris and dude can shoot. So Brooklyn Nets would be a better place for James Harden, but not with Kyrie. He can't be on that team with Kyrie. Kyrie needs to go. And let's face it, that's my opinion. It's my opinion. You can say, really, Charlie, but it's my opinion. And I'm just trying to discuss this with you. Open discussion, I just, tired of looking at the dude, not on the court. It's just sad. Let's see, Michael Kahn said, Charlie, it's been reported that Harden wants to go to Philly. Well, he going to Philly is definitely something that could happen, and I'm just good for him. He's definitely a player I want to see. He's a player that I want to see play basketball, and that's James Harden. Him being unhappy in Houston doesn't do the NBA any good. Doesn't do Houston any good. So I would like to see him elsewhere. My team is the Celtics. Do I want James Harden on the Celtics? No. I want a nice power forward on the Celtics somewhere to add to what we already have. So, Detroit has got a few players. Maybe grab somebody from there. Anything, just a power forward, just a big power forward where I can have two people in and around the key, to the basket, and let Jalen, Jason, Kimba, Marcus Smart do their thing, But as we talk about adding a player, Smart's going to be added to it no matter what. So if we're talking about adding players to the Celtics, Marcus Smart is definitely on the trade. He's going to be part of the trade. But I mean, I just don't like seeing Kyrie sitting around, not doing anything, not playing ball, especially when you have dudes like, Center Allen, you got a few other players, they're playing all out, they're going all out, and they want to play some ball. And maybe with Kyrie sitting around in a hotel, every few days, got him thinking about things on his own, and he doesn't need all that time by himself because the guy thinks of some weird stuff, and he starts believing it. I don't know what's in that sage, but something other than sweet smells. It might be something else. So, all right. KD will regret it. Excuse me. KD will regret it to leave Steph Curry behind and the Warriors organization. It's true. He probably is regretting it. But I think he felt some vibes from the owners that he was going to be traded. So he decided to make his own path. He decided to jump on board and go somewhere, and he chose to go to Brooklyn. Initially, it looks all good, but here it is. It's 1 year later, and look, there's nothing to show for his decision to go in there, other than people not being on the court. So, you said something about who he should retire. Who should retire? KD? I don't think so. He's still there, or is it Kyrie? Good. So, these players that we're talking about, they're pretty much they're still young, and so KD only signed for 2 years. So is it last year and this year? And so where's he going to go at the end of the year? If I was Brooklyn, I'd free up some of that money right now and try to sign him so he can be the face of your franchise for the rest of his career. So, but what do you think? Get some comments here, but what do you think? With Kyrie for James Harden. I think it's a no-brainer, but that's just my opinion. The NBA has been producing some great games on TV, loving it, minus those 50-point game, deficits, 50-point deficits from some games, 40. That's not good at all. And maybe these players do need the fans. They do need the fans in the stands, and they just can't compete by themselves on the court. They all came from gymnasiums. They all came from parks, and where they were just playing amongst themselves and their boys. And but for some reason, they can't play they can't play in these empty arenas. It's just not the same. And it shows, especially with the games where they're, teams are getting beat by 50 points or more, 50 or less, rather. So, got COVID striking all these teams. The Celtics are down to the bare minimum. And me, I like to come home from work, put the TV on, get ready for one of the NBA games, In most cases, it's looking if the Celtics are playing, and so I can get to play, watch them. I mean, they've been entertaining for the most part of the season. So even someone like Taco Fall that I thought thought something that was just a PR thing, but he showed improved the other day against the Bullets. That he's ready to play in the NBA, even if it's for a few minutes. And in that case, he ended up playing for a lot of minutes and produced as far as rebounds, blocks, and scored maybe 2 to 4 points. So, but like to see them back on the court, especially Jalen and Jason. They're doing good. Pritchard is definitely everything they talked about is definitely true in that kid. Definitely a good point guard. So, Teague, I love. I love that dude. I'm glad he's back from his injury, and hopefully he can produce about 12 to 15 points a game too. So, all right. Let's see if there's anything trending on Kyrie, anything new on him, or James Harden. There was an excuse about what's going on at the Capitol had kind of put Kyrie over the edge, but he also went to a family party. So what is it? What's the excuse other than just grabbing something from the newspaper and say that's the problem? The issue with the Capitol is what it is. It's got a lot of people angry. But you come to the game and play basketball. What did the Brooklyn Nets do to you that you don't want to play basketball? What did that billionaire owner do to you that you don't want to play for him, other than him giving you a contract to play for millions? So I think you owe it to him to be playing for him. And also your fans want to see you play. They don't want to see you preach because no one believes what you're saying anyway. So why say it? They question what you say. So why say anything? Go on the court, play some ball, hoop it up. And that's what you were blessed with. You were blessed with the handle, the skills to be a phenomenal basketball player. And you're not capitalizing on your blessings other than being vain over and over again, that your vanity sticks out in everything that you possibly do, everything you possibly say in the interview. So get back on the court. That's my opinion. It's really Charlie stuff. And if you don't agree with it, talk to me. Give me a comment, or you can talk about it. Let's see here. All right. So, I think that I think Brooklyn has the right coach, and Steve Nash. I think he's definitely the coach that they need. And if you can't listen to that dude, then who will you listen to? Probably nobody. But Steve Nash, somebody like Mark Jackson, I always bring his name up because the dude he's a good dude. He's a legit coach that made that Warriors team that it is, from previous years definitely not what it is now, other than maybe two people, one person actually, I think, and that's Steph Curry. So, um, that's the team that he made, and they have championships to say that he is a good coach, a good eye for talent, because he also, I think he had a lot to do with picking those players. So, um, so Coach Nash is definitely the person they need, and someone's got to fix the problem they have there, and the problem is Kyrie. I say let him go, send him to Texas, where he gets a rude awakening. I mean, he should get a rude awakening in New York, and I haven't read any New York newspapers or listened to any of the podcasts in New York where people are talking about him. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of conversation similar to what I'm saying. So, but all right, let's check out Michael Kahn. Don't be too quick to judge Kyrie just yet. Yes, I agree he should be playing. He is letting his team down. But prior to his departure, he was on his way to having his best year, 27 points per game, 7 assists. Very hard to come by. The Nets are fully aware of his issues and are satisfied with his personal reasons. I truly believe he will come back rejuvenated, and he will be back with his boy KD. And watch what happens. Really, Charlie, don't you think that KD knows what he's... Let's see what's really going on. KD may know. I don't know. I don't think he's into Kyrie like that. I don't think their friendship's that close, to tell you the truth. And guess what? That 27 points a game and 7 assists, that was when he was happy. That was when he was, yeah, he was all cheery and everything. His boys with him, they're winning. Everybody's winning. And then all of a sudden things started happening. Injury here. KD's not playing. Kyrie's on the court alone, like being in the park all alone. He's not seeing them other guys. He's not seeing the other 4 players that want to play to win. He's not seeing that. Because if he was seeing it, he would say, look, all right, next game up, he's not saying that. He's at home. So judging him, what he's doing as far as on the court, yeah, I'm going to judge him. He needs to be on that court. I still don't understand. I still don't know what the injury was last year. What was going on with him last year. It was an injury. What it was, I don't know. And it kept him out an extended part of the season, all season, really. So what was it? Should we have seen them in the bubble last year? But hey, so Michael, I hear you. I don't agree with you, and I don't think they're going to be any better unless KD's on the court. But they start losing. People start pushing KD around, getting a little physical with him. What's Kyrie gonna do? I don't know. I got no confidence in him. And maybe that's from what's going on in what happened in Boston, that I lost all confidence in Kyrie Irving. And regardless of what James Harden's been doing, sulking, being upset, he's ready to play every game. So I'd rather have him on the team. All right. Just to get off the subject, lost a dear friend this week, Anthony Tabby Richards, from COVID. man of two wars. He was a U.S. veteran, U.S. Army veteran, served in two wars, Iraq and Vietnam. It's a huge gap in there in years. And this man served in both wars and served very proudly. And I'm going to miss him. I'm going to truly, truly miss him. Every hour of the day, I'm thinking about him. Some kind of memory that we had. He was very, very instrumental to me when I was running for mayor of the city. And he definitely was trying to get the word out to have people vote for me. But outside that, he was a dear friend, always checking on me, giving me a call, asked me if I wanted to go out, do a few things. He's definitely a true friend, very loyal friend, and a very outstanding father. His kids are going to dearly miss him, so he was their hero. It's a great thing to have a hero within your house, within your family, and he was definitely their hero. So I'm going to miss him. May he rest in peace. And my deepest sympathies to the Richards family and his friends, his family, friends, everyone. This is a tough time. But he's with us. He's in our hearts. So going on 31 minutes that we've been on the air. I'm talking a lot. You guys are commenting a few. I really like this. I'm normally on the Really Charlie podcast is on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And this week we have Chops Turner. Chops Turner, musician, brought up and raised in Rhode Island, moved to Massachusetts, New Bedford zone, and the dude can sing. That's why they call him Chops. Dude can sing. He has a infamous laugh, not infamous, but a iconic laugh that if he's in the room, you definitely know he's around because he's going to eventually laugh. But love the dude. He'll be on this Saturday, 6 p.m. I can't wait. Please tune in. Please listen. This podcast is on StreamYard, Anchor, Spotify, and Facebook. Brought to you. And if you feel free to email me at reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com if you want to talk about a particular subject or get a guest on the podcast. Just let me know, and I'll reach out to them. So, all right. Michael Casaccio. He was all the things to all people and has made an impact on our community that very few have. He will never be forgotten, and I hope that people can use his memory to strive to do for others as he did. Exactly. You're so right. You're so right. He would reach out to anybody. He would reach out for strangers. He would help other veterans in the area. He just tremendous guy. And I was looking forward to him coming on this podcast because, Tavi did have his own show on cable access in New Bedford. And I was hoping to get him on here and we could talk about a few things. And one of the things I really wanted to talk about is actually, his experience and maybe talking to other veterans, other soldiers that may be going through things, and let Tavi be there to talk and listen but he's here. He's still here in my heart. And some of the things he done are did do, I would hope that I can continue on to do the same thing in his memory. So, well, let's check my phone here a little bit here. The Lakers had a good game yesterday. Very, very, very strong team. LeBron is and the Lakers are not playing. They are not playing around. They're definitely ready for the NBA. So watch out. And it's not like you didn't watch out for LeBron. You knew he was always going to be there at the end, other than those, first years in LA, just had a lousy team. So, what y'all think about the national champions, Alabama? I mean, they put it to Ohio State. They really did. That university is just unbelievable. That's a football factory. Every now and then it changes, from one school to the next. You had the mighty Hurricanes, producing NFL players, way back when, and Florida, Penn State, Ohio State. It just goes on and on, but Alabama it looks like they're here for at least another 4 years to produce the teams that they have. You look at some of those players. A friend of mine, a huge Miami fan, Miami's got number 3, and there's no doubt in my mind they're going to go after that receiver for Alabama. And dude is slim, but he's catching everything. He's shifty. He's definitely getting some yardage on the field. So, and who knows? Who knows where that quarterback's going? What's his name? Jones, I think. He's probably going to go somewhere, and I wouldn't mind him wearing a Patriot jersey either. I thought Fields would be a Patriot, but I don't think I think he's going to be gone by the time Patriots pick at 15. So I don't know. All right, y'all. Well, the comments are slowed down, so I just wanted to put this out there. I was at work. I'm on my break right now. Just wanted to put that out there about Kyrie Irving and should the Brooklyn Nets trade him? To me, I think it's a better deal for the Brooklyn Nets. And at least they have a ball player that wants to play basketball. So, all right, y'all. Stay tuned. Saturday, please tune in. I got Chops Turner, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in and give him some comments. He definitely will be singing, doing his thing. So tune in this Saturday, 6 p.m. Mask those beautiful faces. Use hand sanitizer and wash your hands. Stay safe, everyone. We're losing people on a daily, on an hourly basis. Please keep yourself safe. And God bless. Love you.